Ludovico, there is no need for you to work on the accounts yourself. That is what your ministers are for.
I have no intention of turning anyone out of work, Count Zampanti. But I think you'll agree that if I'm to rule well, I should at least take a personal interest in the running of my estates.
That sounds as if you don't trust your ministers.
Oh, not at all, Prospero. It's simply a conviction of mine that I can expect nothing of anyone which I cannot do myself. You don't begrudge me my little idiosyncrasies. Now, you have the air of a delegation about you. What can the Duke, in the immensity of his wisdom, do for you?
We have heard that you intend to see some of the peasants this afternoon.
Yes. They've asked me to have a look at their crops.
Is that wise in view of what's been happening?
My dear sister, I do appreciate your concern for my safety, but I've decided that if I'm to be the Duke of Taiano, I must behave like a duke, and not like a frightened recluse.
I understand how you feel, my lord, and I would be the first to agree.
Thank you.
However, I was about to say that the Lady Prosperous' question is perhaps not inappropriate. I hope you will agree that both she and I have only your best interests at heart.
I'm sure of it.
Good. Then the fact is, my lord, that there have been 2 attempts made on your life. I would be lacking in my duty if I did not urge you to stay in your apartments until this disaffection has been put down.
The last thing one could ever accuse you of, Count Zampanti, is of lacking in your duty. You both know, only too well, that my being ruler of Taiano is not my choice. But for an accident of birth, I could be enjoying myself at this moment. Instead, I sit here sweating over a column of figures with the threat of death waiting just outside the door. However, since I cannot be what I wish to be, I shall at least do what I wish to do. I trust I've made myself clear.
It's perfectly clear that you intend to behave foolishly, even if it means endangering your own life.
Come, my lady. I think we've done what we can to dissuade the Duke. We can only hope now that nothing ill will befall him.
Since I was in Taiano. It's a pleasure to be back.
It's a pleasure which we all share. Now, I have decided that the statue you are to design will replace that fountain.
Oh, Your Excellency, it will be difficult to create anything as much a part of the garden as that fountain. It is a beautiful design. However, if the people of Taiano wish it...
The people?
Well, is not the statue to be a token of respect from the people of Taiano? Ah, the old Duke was well loved.
I'm afraid there's been a mistake, Del Monte. The statue is not to be of the old Duke. It is to be of myself.
Of you?
Yes. Had Duke Giacomo lived, it was his intention to honor me with a statue. I have spent my life in the service of Taiano, so by inviting you here, I am merely carrying out his wishes.
And those of the new Duke as well?
There is no new Duke.
But surely, I remember a son.
Ludovico. He is, unfortunately, no longer with us. However, despite the Duke's regrettable absence, the family is still represented in Taiano by the beautiful Lady Prosper. My lady, this is Marco del Monte, an artist from Florence.
My lady.
Count Zampanti, there is a deputation of townspeople in the anteroom. Something about taxes, I believe.
I'm afraid we owe this unrest to your late brother's meddling in affairs which he didn't understand.
My late brother?
You shivered, my lady. The afternoons are getting colder. I'll send you your cloak. Excuse me.
Do you remember me, Master Marco? I was 13 when you were last in Teano.
My lady, I must confess that at first I did not recognize you. But the child that I remember has grown into an even more beautiful woman.
I'm glad you returned.
So am I. My lady, please accept my sympathies. The news of your brother's death has shocked me very much.
Why?
I greatly admired your father, and I always used to think of Ludovico as being cut very much from the same cloth. Tell me, how did he die?
But it's not certain that he did. He simply disappeared. It's presumed that he's dead, but I don't believe it.
But surely, if he were alive...
My brother is very strange. He had no desire to be a duke. All he wanted was to be a clown.
A clown?
As a boy, he used to make the clowns who passed through Teano teach him their tricks. He loved it so. Master Marco, are there clowns in Florence?
Oh, yes, there are several troupes there who perform quite regularly.
You might recognize my brother if you saw him. I'm certain he's joined a troupe. Will you look for him?
Of course, if you wish. I'm going back to Florence tomorrow, as it happens.
I don't know how to thank you. I'm already so much in your debt, but perhaps I might ask just one more favor.
Anything you ask.
Please don't say anything of this to anyone.
If you prefer.
Count Zampanti asked me to bring you a cloak, my lady. Thank you, Isabella. And Master Marco, if you find Ludovico, tell him it's his duty to come home and settle his affairs.
My lady, you want him home?
Yes. Tell him Teano needs him.
Jojo, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
They're all right, ladies and gentlemen. They're all right. Any little contributions? Thank you.
That was very courageous of you.
Oh, not really. If you're a member of a team, you have a responsibility to the others.
Mm-hmm. You almost made that look like part of the act.
Do we look like men who break our necks for a crowd this size?
You're the Latinis, aren't you?
That's right.
I seem to remember the last time I saw you, there were only two of you.
Ah, Jojo joined us a few months ago. You'd be surprised the number of relatives we run into in our travels.
Would you care to have a drink with me?
We're moving on tonight. I think we'd better pack up.
Uh-huh.
I'll accept your invitation, if I may.
Good. Come on.
Yes, I've always been fascinated in clowns. In fact, ever since I can remember.
I have a feeling in this instance your fascination is more than general.
You're right. As a matter of fact, it's in a clown, to be exact.
Anyone I know?
I'm not sure. He has a sister. Her name is Prospera.
Prospera? No. No one I know. Many thanks. I'm sorry I can't help.
Landlord.
Who are you?
We're fellow artists. I'm Marco Del Monte.
This Prospera you spoke of, do you know her?
Yes, I do.
From where?
From Tiano.
Did she ask you to find her brother?
Yes, she did. She seemed to be very concerned about him.
My darling solicitor's sister.
Oh, then you are Ludovico.
I used to be. Now I'm Jojo the clown. Now I remember you, Marco. Weren't you in Tiano once before?
I once painted a portrait of your father. Tell me, what was it that made you leave Tiano?
It's a complicated story. But the fact that someone was trying to kill me had something to do with it.
Well, do you know who?
In a way, yes. It was either my first minister, Count Zampante, or my sister Prospera, or both.
Your sister? Well, what would she have to gain by your death?
She's next in succession.
I see.
Every time an accident happened, my sister was always nearby, whereas Zampante was often miles away.
Well, that proves nothing.
I preferred to leave before the proof was conclusive.
Don't you intend ever to return to Tiano?
I like the life I'm leading now. I don't have to be suspicious of a soul. No one tries to depose a clown. Peace of mind. That's the answer.
The message that your sister sent was, Tiano needs you.
I doubt if anyone in Tiano even remembers me.
Oh, they remember you. Particularly every time the taxes are raised.
Zampante's a fool. Those taxes should be reduced, not raised.
But you can't reduce them from here.
I no longer have any responsibility to the people of Tiano.
You no longer have what you were born with?
I discarded it when I left.
You said a moment ago that a member of a team has a responsibility to the others.
Well, that was
That was what?
different. It would be difficult for me to go back to Tiano now.
Then why not go back as you are? I'd need to tell Prospera, of course, but apart from that, as a clown, you could move around unrecognized. I have to go back to Tiana myself in a few days with a model of a statue. I think I might persuade the Count to engage the Latinas to appear at the next festival. Peace of mind might lie closer to Tiana than you think.
So might death. But I'm willing to go back and find out.
Yes, on the whole, I quite like it. It has strength and nobility, but I should be holding my sword. Like this.
My lady.
Ah, my lady. Del Monte has brought the model. May we have your opinion? Tell me, should I not be raising my sword?
People might get the impression you were threatening them.
One day they will learn to recognize me as their defender. Yeah. Design it that way.
The Latinas are waiting, my lady, to be presented to you.
They're already here in the palace?
They are in the anteroom.
There has been no trouble. No one has recognized Ludovico.
No one is likely to recognize the Duke of Tiano as a clown, nor must you appear to do so. His safety may depend upon it.
Show in the entertainers. Welcome to Tiano.
You honor us, my lady.
I have heard much about you. You should have visited us sooner.
We were unsure of our welcome, my lady.
I hope you never will be again. Show our guests to the rooms that have been prepared for them. Am I the only one in Tiana who knows his real identity?
Yes, you are the only one, apart from myself.
The other clowns know it, don't they?
Yes, they had to be told. Why do you ask?
If any harm should come to him...
If any harm should come to him, then it would be a pity if you were the only one who could be blamed.
I was looking for you.
Why, what happened?
Jojo isn't in his room.
What? But I thought I told you not to let him go anywhere without you.
I didn't hear him leave. My room is right here. I opened his door and looked in several times, but he seemed to be asleep.
Well, we'd better take a look. Well, there doesn't seem to be a sign of any struggle.
If there'd been violence, I'd have heard it.
Well, we'll have to find him, and quickly.
Wait a minute. Someone's coming. Jojo!
Where did you go?
Been out, talking with the people.
But you were taking a great risk.
I had only one reason for coming here. To see for myself what changes have been taking place in Tiano. Oh, you exaggerated nothing. Zampante is taxing the people beyond endurance.
Well, you're the only one who can put a stop to it.
How?
By taking your rightful place again as the Duke of Tiano.
You think it's as easy as that? You think I only have to remove this costume and announce the Duke has returned? What if my sister should deny me? She could have me imprisoned as an impostor long before I could even prove my identity.
But it was your sister who asked you to come back here.
There could be a reason for that.
Reason?
While there is no proof of my death, she cannot become lawful ruler of Tiano.
You think that she's asked you back in order to kill you?
It's possible.
Well, what of Zampante?
I'm of more use to him alive. While there is a possibility that I live, Zampante is entitled to administer the affairs of Tiano on my behalf.
Well, someone in Tiano hasn't forgotten you.
My sister is the only one who knows I'm here.
Marriage is an important step. I would like time to think.
Of course. I just want you to know that the desire to make you my wife has been long in my heart. I only withheld my suit in order first to prove my devotion to your interests.
And how have you proved that?
Under my management, the income from the family estates has more than doubled. You are now a woman of great wealth.
And so you want to marry me?
Do I have to elaborate on the advantages of a union between us?
When you say I am a woman of great wealth, you seem to be forgetting one important thing. My brother may still be alive. The wealth is his.
I haven't forgotten, my lady. And I hope you will rely on me to look after your interests as I did his.
So long as they coincide with yours?
I hope they will always coincide with mine.
Who is it?
Isabella, I have a message from my mistress.
What's the message?
Your sister needs your help, my lord.
She told you who I am.
Yes, my lord.
What's happened?
She didn't say, my lord. She just asked me to bring you to her.
Well, why didn't she come herself?
She's not well, my lord.
Take me to her.
It looks as though the only way we can keep him here is to start locking him in. Come on, we better find him.
In here, my lord.
But this isn't Prospero's room. This used to be my room.
This is where she asked me to bring you, my lord.
What is it you wish, my lord?
Nothing very important. Jojo, isn't it? I just thought we might discuss some of the secrets of your art.
We clowns are very jealous of our secrets, my lord. I'm sure you wouldn't ask me to betray any confidences.
Oh, no, of course not. It's just that I'm curious as to why you clowns always hide behind such an outlandish makeup. It's almost as though when you put on those clothes and that makeup, you put on a new personality.
An interesting theory, my lord.
For example, what do you conceal under your hat, my Lord Duke?
Congratulations, Zampante.
It is I who congratulate you. You have proved a difficult man to kill.
Where is my sister?
She's safe for the moment, whilst you and I talk matters over.
We have nothing to talk
Only
over.
your future. This is a document whereby you willingly renounce your title to the dukedom and make over to me all your family estates and property. Sign it, and you are free to return to your life of a wandering buffoon.
And what will happen to my sister?
I have made her a most generous offer of marriage. Should she decline it, she is free to seek shelter wherever she chooses. Once you have signed,
And if I don't sign?
then, since she will be your sole survivor, I'm afraid she must remain where she is until she learns to appreciate my qualities as a husband.
No, Zampante. I have returned to Teano. I don't intend to desert my sister or my people again.
You speak boldly, Ludovico, but very unwisely. Don't forget, only your sister knows of your presence here. There is no one in Teano to come to your assistance.
Isabella,
Yes, my lord.
have you seen the other clown, the one called Jojo?
No, my lord.
And so, my dear Ludovico, you'll understand that my patience is rapidly running out.
Who's in there?
Where's the Lady Prospera?
In the tower room.
Go and get her. If there are any other secrets of our art you'd like to see, Zampante, we'll be happy to show them to you.
Ludovico, are you all right?
Thanks to Marco.
Yes, but unfortunately, of the loss of a commission, I don't think that Count Zampante will have any further use for his statue. You know, it's a pity in a way.
Tiana will still have a statue, Marco,
Of a clown?
of our father. So that when I look down on the piazza, it will remind me that the Dukes of Teano do not run away from their duty.
Ludovico.